Assalamualaikum. Today we're going to learn mathematics on topic of money. Let's start with addition notes and coins. The first example is 5 cent plus 5 cent equal 10 cent. Let's do some calculation in vertical method. This is how you write 5 cent in ringgit. First step, you need to count the last number on your right side first, which is 5 plus 5 equal 10. So 0 you need to put below the number 5, then 1 on top of number 0. So 1 plus 0 equal 1. Then, on the other side, which is ringgit, you need to count 0 plus 0 equal 0. So the answer is 10 cent. Now, let's see 10 cent plus 20 cent equal 30 cent. In vertical method, write down 10 cent plus 20 cent. Then, count the last number on your right side, which is 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 1 plus 2 equal 3. On the ringgit side, 0 plus 0 equal 0. So the answer is 30 cent. Now, let's see 30 cent plus 40 cent equal 70 cent. In vertical method, write down 30 cent plus 40 cent. Start from the right side first. 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 3 plus 4 equal 7. On the ringgit side, 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then the answer is 70 cent. Another example is 50 cent plus 50 cent equal 1 ringgit. By using vertical method, write down 50 cent plus 50 cent. Then, count the number on your right side. 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 5 plus 5 equal 10. You need to put 0 below number 5, then 1 on top of number 0. Then 1 plus 0 equal 1. The answer of 50 cent plus 50 cent equal 1 ringgit. For your additional info, 1 ringgit equal 100 cent. Let's count 50 cent plus 60 cent equal 1 ringgit and 10 cent in vertical method. First step, write down 50 cent plus 60 cent. Then, start with the number on your right side. 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 5 plus 6 equal 11. Write down number 1 below number 6, then another one on top of 0. Then count 1 plus 0 equal 1. So the answer is 1 ringgit and 10 cent. Now, let's try the example of addition for notes. First example, 2 ringgit plus 5 ringgit equals 7 ringgit. This is how we write ringgit in vertical method. For example, 2 ringgit plus 5 ringgit equals 7 ringgit. Now, let's see 20 ringgit plus 10 ringgit equal 30 ringgit. Write down 20 ringgit plus 10 ringgit. Then start from your right side. 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 0 plus 0 equal 0. On ringgit side, 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 2 plus 1 equal 3. So the answer is 30 ringgit. Another example, 25 ringgit plus 25 ringgit equal 50 ringgit. Write down 25 ringgit plus 25 ringgit in vertical method. Then start counting from your right side first, which is 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 0 plus 0 equal 0. On ringgit side, 5 plus 5 equal 10. Then put 0 below number 5 and 1 on top of number 2. Then count 1 plus 2 plus 2 equal 5. The next example is 55 ringgit plus 30 ringgit equal 85 ringgit. In vertical method, write down 55 ringgit plus 30 ringgit. Then start counting from your right side, which is 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 0 plus 0 equal 0. On ringgit side, 5 plus 0 equal 5. Then 5 plus 3 equal 8. Then the answer is 85. Let's try 15 ringgit plus 60 cent equal 15 ringgit and 60 cent. By using vertical method, write down 15 ringgit plus 60 cent. So 0 plus 0 equal 0. Then 0 plus 6 equal 6. On ringgit side, 5 plus 0 equal 5. Then 1 plus no value equal 1. The answer is 15 ringgit and 60 cent. Now, the last example, 4 ringgit plus 1 ringgit and 15 cent equal 5 ringgit and 15 cent. By using vertical method, write down 4 ringgit plus 1 ringgit and 15 cent. Then count the last number on your right side first. 0 plus 5 equal 5. Then 0 plus 1 equal 1. On ringgit side, 4 plus 1 equal 5. So the answer is 5 ringgit and 15 cent. Now, let's do subtraction for notes and coins. The first example, 1 ringgit minus 20 cent equal 80 cent. By using vertical method, you need to write down 1 ringgit minus 20 cent. So let's start from the right side first. 0 minus 0 equal 0. Then 0 minus 2, you need to borrow from number 1. So 1 minus 1 equal 0. Then 10 minus 2 equal 8. And 0 minus 0 equal 0. So the answer is 80 cent. Another example, 5 ringgit minus 1 ringgit and 50 cent equal 3 ringgit and 50 cent. In vertical method, 5 ringgit minus 1 ringgit and 50 cent. Start from the number on your right side first. 0 minus 0 equal 0. Then 0 minus 5, you need to borrow from 5. So 5 minus 1 equal 4. Then 0 will be 10. So 10 minus 5 equal 5. 4 minus 1 equal 3. The answer is 3 ringgit and 50 cents. Another example, 100 ringgit minus 60 ringgit equal 40 ringgit. In vertical method, 100 ringgit minus 60 ringgit, so that 0 minus 0 equal 0. 0 minus 0 equal 0. Then on ringgit side, 0 minus 0 equal 0. Then 0 minus 6, you need to borrow from number 1. So 0 will become 10. And 1 minus 1 equal 0. Then 10 minus 6 equal 4. So the answer is 40 ringgit. The last example, 40 ringgit minus 8 ringgit equal 32 ringgit. So by using vertical method, 40 ringgit minus 8 ringgit, which is 0 minus 0 equal 0. Also 0 minus 0 equal 0. Then on the ringgit side, 0 minus 8, you need to borrow from number 4. So 0 will be 10, then 4 minus 1 equal 3. So that 10 minus 8 equal 2. 3 minus no value equal 3. So the answer is 32 ringgit.